All your life, you've known that you were different.
Must be nice not having to be like everybody else.
Sometimes I really wish I could just be one of the shiny, happy people, you know?
Come on, this girl's just a skank.
You don't even know her.
What, you do?
Yeah, I do know her.
The others don't understand you.
At least be seen with someone cool, someone who counts.
Maybe somebody needs to teach the two of them a little lesson.
And they
Rachel?
don't want you around.
If you want to talk out your feelings...
No!
Well, to hell with them.
So you want to know how I'm feeling today?
When Rachel was growing up, did you ever see objects move by themselves?
What is wrong with this picture?
You've heard of Carrie White, haven't you? 73 people died night of the prom.
Next semester,
Rachel!
terror
Dude, it's her! It's her doing it!
runs in the family. The Rage Carrie 2.
Man, we missed another killer party.
So we started this podcast talking about what do you want from sequels.
Mm-hmm.
The problematic thing is sometimes we don't want sequels.
Yeah.
And in the case of Brian De Palma's Carrie, which was an adaptation of the first published Stephen King novel, that was an epic horror movie.
Yeah.
I think it was one of the best and most important and most influential horror movie of that decade.
Mm-hmm.
And to wait 23 years later, to the ass end of the 90s, to sort of drop this somewhat slapdash feminist Carrie sequel to the boards here, it just doesn't seem like it's necessary.
Yes.
But if here we are to review the movie, we're going to talk about the movie, we watched the movie. Getting past the fact that, yes, this was a completely unnecessary, needless sequel. Here's some things that they did that, by horror movie standards, I appreciate.
Okay.
They directly tethered it to the original movie, both with characters and with setting.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just another psychic girl in another school. She is the half-sister, we find out through the story, of Carrie White. And Sue Snell, the one student that had tried to befriend Carrie and be decent and set her up with the
Amy
date,
Irving, yeah.
is now working at the high school and recognizes in this young girl everything she saw in Carrie White is right here. And she knows right away.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. And it's not a direct repeat of the Carrie movie, but the familiarness is there. And they're going to 90-fy it in the way that the original Carrie is incredibly 70s.
Yeah.
The Rage is incredibly 90s.
Yeah,
it's
it is so 90s. Scream 2 has that same problem.
We recently talked about, well, I guess it'd be a while ago to the ears of our listeners, but Pet Sematary 2.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make the amount of excuses that I did to this movie that is for Pet Sematary 2. But it's weird how they have some things in common in that they're incredibly of the period that they were.
Yeah.
They're Stephen King sequels that are completely unnecessary and not really based on any genuine Stephen King text. And in both films, there are some guilty things that I find to like.
Okay.
The difference is, in Pet Sematary 2, there was enough guilty things in it for me to like that I sort of edged over and said, yeah, okay, I'll give it a recommend. I can't quite get there with The Rage Carrie 2.
Yeah.
There's just something a little bit too simplistic about it. But I'm not going to accuse it of things that I have talked about at the beginning of not giving a shit.
Yeah.
I think that they were trying. I just think that it didn't necessarily come together. I think that there's a B plot with Sue Snell trying to get Carrie's mom out of this mental institute and bring the two together that is completely useless to the movie. Like, cut all of those scenes, you wouldn't notice it. I think that, is it Jason London, the guy from Mallrats, who plays the one male character in the movie who is likable, is flat as piss on a plate. He just doesn't have any personality other than he's not foaming at the mouth evil like every other man in this movie.
Yeah, the male race is not well represented.
All of the boys have this competition of like scoring points by sleeping with women and disposing of them.
And videotaping
it. They bully a young Mina Savari to death and they think it's hilarious. Even the female students who know about it think it's hilarious. All of the people in this high school are so terrible. I do think it's deliberate because, of course, it's going to culminate in a lot of these people getting killed. The fact that we don't like them is going to make it easier to watch them die. But every scene chips away at the very minimal credibility that this movie carries. Mm-hmm. And by the time we get to the big, satisfying, let's kill all the bullies, and as I've said, as a bully child myself, I can get behind watching that kind of revenge. It is so far and so pale in comparison to the Brian De Palma film that it does deserve its fate, which is to be utterly forgotten. Most people, if you said, there's a Carrie 2, they're like, what, really? Yeah, there's a Birds 2 as well, and nobody cares about it either.
Yeah.
I feel a lot of effort from some of the directing and especially the stylized black and white 90s video photography, very much dating the movie, but at the time, they were sort of trying to give it some edge and some rawness.
Sure.
And it came out in the wrong year, and by that I mean, 1980 might have been too late. This was 1999.
Yeah.
So, it's a thumbs down review, but I don't hate it. A lot of people are like, this is the worst thing that ever happened. And I have seen worse sequels.
Oh, yeah.
I have seen worse sequels than this. I just think, there's nothing credible. There's nothing to hold you through it. It doesn't have the emotional depth or as good as this girl actress is, she doesn't have the emotional integrity of Sissy Spacek in Carrie, where we understand what she's doing is evil, but we still kind of care for her.
She's a lot stronger than Carrie White.
Yeah.
Carrie White is this sort of mousy character that we feel great empathy or sympathy for. And it's not that we don't feel sympathy for her, but she can fight back.
We believe she can defend herself, whereas Carrie never had that going for her.
I guess the question I have is why would we don't need this sequel? We don't. I think the difference between something like you mentioned Pet Sematary 2 and this, Pet Sematary 2 is fun. It's not a good movie, but it's fun.
And it also happened a year after the original movie.
Yeah. The Rage Carrie 2 is not.
Ugly.
It's ugly. I would argue that Carrie, the original story, is ugly, but necessary. But if you're making a sequel to an ugly movie, you're not a lot of people are going to gravitate to that. People, I don't know, maybe people love the ugly and go to it, but it's such a nasty movie, especially with the bullying. That's
that is true.
That's
to the
entertainment.
Well, but it's true to the original. Carrie is brutalized by throwing tampons at a girl after she's had her first period, and then plug it up, pouring pig's blood over someone. This is next level bullying.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's tonally appropriate to what is established by the original film. But for me, and again, these are necessary movies. I think about a movie like Teeth or the Nouveau Black Christmas, where they're trying to make these really aggressively feminist statements.
Yeah.
And they spend all of the focus on the female character and the victim, which is right. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But they don't have any reality to the evil. I think that the fact that Jeremy London's character is supposedly being dragged in and is this is against his will, but I guess I'll do it anyway. You guess you'll do what anyway? Pressure women into sex to score imaginary points?
Yeah.
No. Fuck you.
Yeah. I don't care that you're actually in love with, our protagonist.
But this is the positive male in the entire movie.
Yeah.
In the entire movie. And I think movies like Teeth and The Other Black Christmas suffer from this too, in that there's nothing real about these bullies. Stephen King, I complain about that in his books all the time. I don't believe that any one of those guys would be so proud and happy about what they were doing. Each one of them mentally would be saying, no, I'm just doing something that someone else told me to do, or I'm just a part of a group. It's not me. It's no, they love this. They think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And even the women that they use as conquests when they're talking about the Mina Savari character, and we basically bullied her to death. She's like, yeah, but she didn't matter. That was the female perspective on it. I can like or dislike characters, but if I don't believe them,
Yeah.
we have a problem.
Yeah.
And I think the actress who plays Sue Snell, what's her name?
Amy Irving?
Irving, thank you. I was about to say Amy Adams, and it was clearly not Amy Irving.
Amy Irving.
I think she's a decent actress. She obviously didn't need this movie, but they got her to come back for whatever reason. And I believed her, like, recognizing Carrie and wanting to help Carrie and doing the back work of bringing Carrie's mom to her. Mm-hmm. But again, like I said in the introduction, what did that contribute to the movie when all was said and done?
Not a whole lot.
She does get the mom to the party, but Snell is killed instantly when she gets at the party.
Yeah.
And I think that was supposed to be another death, like the teacher that we liked in the original Carrie. When that death happens, we're like, no!
Yeah.
And I would have accepted it if, when the mom found Carrie, not Carrie, our Carrie representative, I can't even remember.
Protagonist, we'll say.
I can't remember the character's name, which says again a lot about the movie. You're not my little girl. I reject you. And then she leaves the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
what?
We spent a lot of time. There's these scenes at the psych center, all of this stuff. Like, getting these two characters together should have meant something.
Yeah.
Right? So, I do think the central actress is pretty strong, and I think the actress, the Sue Snell, Amy Irving, is trying the best that she can.
Yeah.
But those are the two characters that come close to being somewhat in the area of being believable.
Yeah.
Nobody else is credible. Even the victim, Mina Suvari, just seemed like a movie victim. You know,
It to me, it comes right out of the blue. Like, it's one of those, Mina Suvari before she was famous. And all of a sudden she's walking up the stairs and she face plants and kills herself? What?
She's like the character from The Us, right?
Yeah.
She got rejected by a boy and that's it for her.
Yeah.
I'm 16, it's never going to get worse than this.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, I'm kind of like, what? Like, what? It's a WTF
there
moment.
There are fragile teenagers, don't get me wrong, I don't want to underserve it, but we should believe it.
Yeah. It's definitely a WTF moment because it comes kind of out of the blue.
Yeah.
And then of course, then she like smacks, falls to her death onto her car and there's someone recording it and you're just like, oh, you dick.
And they go back to his face in the windshield again and again and again.
It's definitely a WTF moment. Same with the Amy Irving character death.
Yeah.
I was like, what? But
again, bringing back a legacy character to just kill them a lot of time feels cheap. I said the same thing about the Nouveau Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It just just for the sake of killing them, that seems like a waste of time to me.
Yeah.
But I guess if they didn't have those scenes with the mom and the psych center, what would they be added with?
Yeah.
More of those jock douchebags being jock douchebags, more sexual assaults. The movie's really uncomfortable.
It is.
Whereas when we were talking about with the Eye 2, they use that darkness and uncomfortable to sort of be a baseline ugliness that sort of sets the table for the scares.
Yeah.
This one is just like, all of these characters are awful.
Yeah.
We can't wait for them to die.
Yeah.
And, I guess when I'm seeing them getting spiked with the shards of glass or the very 90s Death by CD.
Yeah.
Which I hadn't seen since I Come in Peace.
Yeah.
Remember I Come in Peace?
I Come in Peace. Of course I do.
Dudes were getting killed by CDs in that movie. That's how 90s that shit was.
Nothing ages your movie like showing CDs.
I do want to talk about the 90s-ness of the movie, because this is 99. Like, it's almost like the end. And like I say, 99 was an incredible year for cinema.
Yeah.
But this movie is a little behind the times. I think it's still in 1995.
Yep.
And the soundtrack is just, it's like bitter nostalgia.
Yeah,
this was good at the time. This was absolutely appropriate at the time. Yeah. And it's like
it's goth alternative rock that was popular.
And it's feeling as shrill as like that weird like synth 80s shit or like the towering hairstyles that we're trying to take seriously in some of the retro movies. Already from 1999, this movie has a few sort of cringy spots like that.
Yeah.
And weird fashion affectations.
Yeah.
Did you notice, like, when she, quote, wolfed out as a psychic thing, like, she all of a sudden got stylized tattooing?
Yeah, that's such a 90s thing. Yeah, the vines that
was it vines or barbed wire or something, whatever?
I think it's vines.
Circling all around her body just to make her look cooler while she's doing her psychic things.
Yeah.
And all I could think is like, yeah, that's a super 90s call.
It is. That and the soundtrack. Nothing ages your movie than having the songs of that time play continuously in your film. It's
background.
like, here's a movie, but there's also an original soundtrack that we're selling.
It.
Yeah.
They're selling that soundtrack.
Yeah.
There's advertisements for the soundtrack throughout the movie. Scream
has that thing too, and Sydney, the movie ends and Sydney walks off and it has the latest sort of alternative rock song that you can find on the Scream 2 original soundtrack.
It absolutely dates the movie, but in a weird way, it was one of the few things that I found kind of charming about it.
Yeah.
Even like the weird quick cut, grainy black and white shots. I was like, oh yeah, they used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
And then one day we just all agreed, enough.
They kind of stopped doing that in the 2000s a little bit.
Yeah.
But I do some days, I miss record stores, Larry.
Yeah. But the same thing when I talked about with Pet Sematary 2, that aesthetic, which is very specific to like people who grew up or were teenagers in the 90s.
Yeah.
If you like that, there is a lot of that in this movie.
Yes.
But that might be the thing it has going for it at this point.
Well, it's just we didn't need this story. We just didn't need it. Like, what more can you tell from the Carrie White story? Because it is almost a carbon copy of the original Stephen King Carrie. The beats are the same. The climax. It doesn't take...
Carrie's character is fundamentally different, and the bullies are fundamentally different. But the way
are they though? Like they're just
for some reason, because all the girls get punished for bullying Carrie. That one bully decides she wants to destroy Carrie. And it's mainly her who is the driving force.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, it's every jock in the high school.
Yeah.
And it's not even personal to Carrie. The only reason they target her is because she's going to shame them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think it is different enough. I mean, structurally, it's still going to lead to her killing 3/4 of her high school.
Yeah.
And that does follow it. But I wouldn't say it's a carbon copy. I would say it's sequelitis. It's what a lazy sequel would do.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of funny because I talked about how I love the uncomfortableness in the I2 and how it works. Where here, it nauseated me. Like, it's just, the boys are so ugly and mean that, I can't wait for them to get their comeuppances, but then she dies because...
Let the boys be ugly and mean, please.
Yeah.
But I want to believe them.
They're so cartoonish, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is a common thing with these, like, I found the same thing with that Black Christmas movie and that Teeth movie.
Yeah.
If there was just a couple of male characters who read as human fucking beings, it would have gone a long way.
Not since Basic Instinct have I seen characters that they're delivering lines that are so fake, and the characters, like, they're so one-dimensional, almost snidely whiplash evil that I'm just like, ooh, like, they're not real characters. They're characters that only exist in a movie. And I can't really connect with that.
Also, I just have to bring one last thing. There's a very traumatic scene involving a dog being run over by a car, which I do not appreciate how much they showed of the dog. Again, all the other violence, people being stabbed through the face, you know, and bodies twitching.
Yeah.
That dog getting hit by a car, and it survives somehow, even though they show it being fucking dragged.
Yeah, like there's
that was really upsetting to me, and it shouldn't be because, like, the amount of human violence we see, but I'm a dog lover, and I'm just putting a flag in the ground here. Dog lovers, you might have to look away for one scene.
Yeah, my wife will not watch this movie.